welcome to a realistic day in my life, working from an Airbnb. I've got my life is messy, but so is PB&J t-shirt. I feel like this day has just flown by. That is one of the secret collaborations that I have been working on. Good morning, you guys, and welcome to a realistic day in my life, working from an Airbnb as we renovate our house. Every day at the moment is very unpredictable. I have no idea what the day is going to throw at me. For example, today we are actually going to be doing some work from the car because Joe and I are actually going to go into Collab to look at a few things that we still need to get. The builders this week are starting to put on like plaster and put down the flooring, but the more the work goes on, the more we realize like there's little things that we forgot. So for example, today we need to go and get extra spotlights for the bathroom. I want to look at paint because I'm thinking about painting like a mural or like doing that really cute striped wall with masking tape hack that I've seen on TikTok and Pinterest. I'll put some pictures here so you guys know what I'm talking about. So I want to go and also look at some paint samples. We also need to pick out some dining chairs because we have a table that is connected to our island, but we haven't actually picked out any chairs for said table yet. So I'm going to put my bag together. We're going to be working from the car and let's go pick out some stuff for the house. Little outfit check of the day. I've got my life is messy, but so is PB&J t-shirt coming soon to the merch store. Pretty sure Joe is calling, so that means he's on the way. Let's go pick out some paint and lights. Actually quite a bit later in the day. We got back from the city, we had some lunch, and yeah, I ended up showering, like changing my clothes and everything because it is really hot today. I was probably dressed in too many layers this morning, wearing long pants. They were like beach pants. I thought they were going to be more airy. It was also unfortunately a little bit of a wasted trip because we didn't get anything that we wanted to get. We ended up ordering chairs online and also ordering the lights that we wanted to get. And I wasn't able to get paint either because the paint section of the store was closed. So I wasn't actually able to look at paint samples to see if there was anything in the colors that I'm thinking, which I was a little bit disappointed about because I know that the builders are starting to paint this week and I was hoping to like go in and add those stripes to that wall before the furniture needed to be moved back into that room. But now I'm not sure if that's gonna be able to happen this summer. Anyway, we are in our last week of the Airbnb. I was originally gonna have like a little coffee chat, catch up with you guys, but I realized I did not buy another bag of ice for our freezer and there's no ice tray here. So we're having a chilled water chat instead. If I'm completely honest, the water is tepid because I left the big bottle of water out of the fridge for too long. So when I refilled my water bottle, it was not actually chilled. So we're having a tepid water chat today. Also, sidebar, Coco has brought the Red Bull, as he always does as soon as I start to have a chat with you guys. There you go. It was supposed to be that the end of this week, Friday the 13th, which if you're superstitious, we could have seen that coming. That was the date that everything was supposed to be finished. And then Saturday the 14th was when our kitchen was going to be delivered, is going to be delivered and be installed. And so it was supposed to all be done. But honestly, I'm not surprised that things are running over. I'm just really, really grateful that they're only going to be running over by a couple of days. They've told us that probably half a week more and everything should be done. I am really looking forward to going back and being back in my own workspace. But I've had so many light bulb moments while I'm here, especially when it comes to my routines and habits. We've had to be up at the same time every day because Joe has to go over to the house to let the builders in and be there to kind of just be available if they need to ask a question or anything. And it's really opened up my eyes to just like how helpful that is, how much it keeps me focused. The other thing that I have been experimenting with is getting better habits around my food, like making more of an effort to prepare meals for myself, because in the lead in to this renovation happening with so much stuff that was going on, and we had got into a really bad habit of just getting takeaway or pizza when we were feeling tired instead of cooking. But the last 2 weeks here have shown me that if I have a plan and I'm sticking to it, that there is really no reason for me not to prepare my own food. If I can do it now in what is probably the most chaotic 3 or 4 weeks so far this year, then I can definitely do it on a week where I am at home and I have everything at my disposal, especially when I'm going to be having a new kitchen. So yeah, I have been feeling very productive, feeling very energetic, and feeling very inspired. This is a realistic day in my life right now. It is working on the house, walking the dogs, trying to keep on top of like little household tasks like changing the bed covers, etc., cooking healthy meals, and getting some work done. Speaking of which, today is my monthly CEO day, which is where I do all of my financing and admin and all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to put my headphones on and get all of that sorted and have a very productive afternoon. This day has just flown by. It is already 10 past 7. Joe just messaged me to say that he ordered himself some grilled meat. So I'm going to go ahead and cook some tuna steak with some salad. But yeah, I feel like today just went by. I just finished up working on my carousel post for part of my partnership with Adobe Fresco. I have absolutely loved using the Fresco app for I think just over a year now. I think it was a year ago that I started using it. And so when Fresco reached out at the start of this year to collaborate with me and to commission a piece of artwork, it was like a pinch me moment. That is one of the secret collaborations that I have been working on for a while and not being able to tell you guys about. I knew you would be really super excited as me when I was able to tell you about it, but I just finished up my first piece of collab content with them. I have sent it off for review of the caption for approval. By the time you're watching this vlog, that carousel will already be up and you'll be able to see the artwork that I created in collaboration with Adobe Fresco, inspired by the beautiful Sardinian countryside around where I live here. I would really appreciate if you could go and check it out and show it some love, because I really, really love this art that I created for this collaboration. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for this very chaotic, very unhinged and unplanned day in my life. I would love to know if you guys have any questions about my daily workflow, routine, or illustration process, because I really want to do a Q&A video sometime this summer. So if you got to this part of the vlog, if you watched all the way to the end, go ahead and leave me a question in the comments below. Let's do a YouTube Ask Me Anything in the next couple of weeks. So go ahead and drop your questions in the comments and I will add them to my list for an upcoming Q&A video. In the meantime, the next video that I'm going to be uploading is moving back into and setting my home studio back up post renovation. So if you are enjoying following along for this moving content, be sure to click that subscribe button to join the growing creative community here on YouTube. I will see you guys in the comments and I will see you in the next video.